Quiet people are actually special people, and these are the set of people that will tell you whenever they go out with a friend and maybe to go to a birthday party or whatever in a social gathering, and when they come back they feel drained, they feel they've lost something is gone, a virtue is lost. When they get to a public social gathering, they have two decisions to make. It's either they're authentic and true to themselves, or they become an actor and trying to put up a show. Just for that moment, they do whatever it takes to become socially accepted. This takes a toll. It feels as if they've lost something, they've lost a virtue, and then it takes them some couple of days to recuperate. And this is because they are not true to themselves. So when you are genuine, when you are authentic, when you are true to yourself, even in social settings, that is quiet confidence. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Dr. Ayokunle. There is nothing better than being quietly confident. It's indicative of power. It's actually very powerful. It's a subtle strength of inner assurance. You are comfortable within yourself. You don't really have to impress. You don't have to force conversation. You don't have to, make people like you. It oozes inner confidence, and there is nothing better than that. When you actually prefer to be alone more than engaging in meaningless conversation, that's powerful. One of the greatest fear of people is the fear of being alone. So the very first way to be quietly confident is to first of all accept yourself. You have to accept the fact that this is who you are and be comfortable in it. And the best strategy to accepting yourself is to act the same way you act when you are with the people that love you, when you are with the people you love and love you back. For example, your siblings, your family, your parents. There is a certain way you act when you are with them. You are not putting up any show. You are not trying to impress them. You are just yourself. For example, me personally, I remember when I was a child and I used to visit my granny. I can actually sit there with her without having to talk about anything for minutes. When you are with the people you love, you don't have to force anything. They've accepted you for who you are. So you have to do the same when you are in a public setting, when you are talking to friends, when you are meeting people. One of the reasons why it's very imperative for you to act the same way you act when you are with your loved ones is because it forces the natural selection to take effect, if you know what I'm talking about. Nature selects friends for you. There are people that will like you that same way, and there are people that will say, no, you are not for me, and that is completely fine. At least you are able to foster genuine relationship. You are able to engage in genuine conversations, and you're able to foster genuine connection. When you try to put up a show, when you try to be who you are not, you have so many friends, but you have fake friends around you. You have people with surface level connection because you've actually bought them over. Quietly confident people do not wait for validation. They don't really care what you think about them. They don't care if you like them or not. They just go about their own business. I remember in medical school, in my Latin language class, so there was one of my classmates back then. He's extremely quiet. I think I'm quiet, but this guy is next level. He doesn't utter a word. There's this system back then where the teacher always asks questions around the table. They ask us questions individually and then give us a mark. And at the end of the day, the professor was kind of surprised because he was like, this guy always get the highest mark. What's going on? But he's quiet. And we are like, what does that has to do with his personality? Even when they ask questions, he will never raise his hand unless called upon. But whenever this guy answers question, he's spot on. He doesn't miss. He never seeks validation of anyone. Whenever they ask him question, he answers to near perfection. You don't have to seek validation of others. Let people be surprised of what you bring to the table whenever called upon. People that seek validation, they are displaying an inner self-doubt. People that seek validation, they end up seeking it consistently in order to fill the void of self-doubts. And one thing I actually notice is that confidence is a byproduct of substance, and many people don't have anything going for themselves, and that's the reason why they are short of confidence. And how can you have confidence? you have to make sure you have something going for yourself. You have to find an identity. Identity crisis leads to self-doubt. So you have to make sure you have something going for yourself. You have to learn some skills. You can learn a language. You can be good at your craft. That is going to grow your confidence. And you don't have to go with the crowd. Find something you like. For example, I like making YouTube videos. I like medicine. So make sure you create time to have an hobby. Most people go to school, and outside school they have nothing else going on for them, and they kind of have identity crisis because they don't have any other thing going on for them. I felt so weird after graduating medical school because that is all I know. Everything I knew was studying. If I'm not studying, I don't have any other thing going on for me, and I realized I had to find something else. I had to, improve on my social skills. I had to find a hobby. So I kind of had this identity crisis, so to speak. It's very imperative to also find something that is going to boost your confidence, that is going to make you feel good about yourself, and not just sticking to one thing. Try and be well-rounded. Try and look for hobbies and improve or learn new skills. This is going to drive your confidence up. People have the tendency, genuine people have the tendency to gravitate towards individuals that exude self-assuredness, that are calm, that are composed, that have this calm demeanor. So genuine people tend to gravitate towards them as opposed to people with boastful behaviors and attention-seeking behaviors. And this is going to naturally draw respect to you when you are calm, when you are composed, when you are not fazed if people like you or not. So there are so many advantages to being very, very confident in yourself. Self-confidence attracts genuine people. Self-confidence attracts like minds. Self-confidence actually brings respect. Wherever you go, you are respected because they know you are not a pushover. They know you know exactly what you're doing. They know you don't care if they like you or not. Actually, I would say this: say no more than you say yes to people. So don't be a people pleaser. Whenever they ask you for a favor, I'm not saying you should always turn people down, but don't be scared to say no when you are not comfortable with something. Don't be scared to turn down offers. Do not always say yes to proposals. If someone invites you to a party or somewhere and you don't really want to go, don't be forced to say yes. Do not bully yourself into saying yes. I remember I used to turn down so many offers from some people that consider themselves to be my friend. I used to turn down their offer to go out, to go partying. I'm not even ashamed to say that because I just don't want to go. So you have to say no, and people are going to respect you. Create boundaries, respect yourself, and people are going to respect you more. Do not be a pushover. People's happiness is not your responsibility. So if you're not comfortable going somewhere, say no. It's not a crime. People are going to respect you. So in a world of noise and bravos, being quietly confident, it's a flex, because we are special people. Do not be ashamed. Do not be a pushover. Do not have the need to impress or the need to belong, because it's actually draining. Guys, if you like this kind of video, let me know in the comment section. Click the like button. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys the next time. Ciao.